Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Keep It Concise. Let's get into the show. Yo. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, ConcisetheBarber. This is the Keep It Concise podcast. Shout out to everybody that continues to tune in Sunday Night Live at 10 p.m. This is going to be a very interesting topic tonight. I have a few things I want to talk about. This is going to be the first thing that I think we need to address when it comes to this topic, why barbers struggle to elevate in the industry. We're going to talk about a few things, and I really feel like we need to have this conversation. It's 2025. The year is almost ending, and we need to know what are we focusing in on and why not. So I'm going to go ahead and just ask everybody to shout out where they're from. Trenton, what's going on, man? Hope all is well with you. Hopefully see you soon. But let me know where you're tuning in from. I would truly appreciate it so we can see who's all a part of the audience when it comes to this live gaming. What's going on for all those that are on Instagram? What's going on? I would start on this, but we are definitely going to transition onto just YouTube solely as we get deeper into the conversation. And I also have a guest that I'm going to be speaking with as well when it comes to this topic about how barbers struggle and to elevate in the industry, because I have an interesting way that I want to address it. So yeah, we'll go from there. S Einstein, what's going on? JP, what's going on? JP, come on over. Y'all can come on over to YouTube, man, because it's going to get real interesting. Trent said I'll be coming in for a cut for my school and vacation later in August. All right, I got you. Yeah, I know most people they trying to hold off until right when school starts, you know what I mean? But shout out to those that continue to come weekly and bi-weekly. Appreciate y'all. Dan, what's going on? We're gonna go ahead and ask again one more time. Shout out where you're from. Let us know where you're tuning in at. And we're gonna go ahead and get into this topic so we can really understand what we need to do from here. Fatal, what's going on? Of course, you have returned to ignite and trigger the chat. That's what you do. I appreciate you for doing that. But like I said, I have an interesting take tonight. So here's going to be the first slide. And also, if we have enough time, I can talk about some other things as well. I will show you that. I will show you these when it comes to trimmers. But other than that, you said I'm down the street from your studio. That's funny. Other than that, we're going to talk about something that's like real serious to me, and I think it should be serious to y'all as well. So let's just go ahead and get into this. I have a question. What's stopping barbers from making stylist money? I want to hear your thoughts. What's your answer when it comes to this? What's stopping barbers from making stylist / cosmetologist money? We have to talk about this because it's an angle where I hope that barbers have some type of thought on what's what with what they're doing. So I would love to know your thoughts on why do you think stylists, well, let's just say, why do you think stylists makes more money? And you might be, some of y'all might not know, like how that looks, but we're going to find out on this live how that really looks. So I'm waiting for somebody's comment. I've done some research on this, and I have noticed that what they make within a day compared to what barbers can make within a day is kind of interesting. So Fatal said shear work, having a system to cut shear cuts with precision. Okay, so that's why you think stylists makes more money than barbers. But what's stopping barbers from making stylists money? That's the real question. What's stopping barbers from making stylists money? What's stopping us? That, to me, there's like one simple answer, but I mean, I've been doing some thought on this, and honestly, I've been experiencing this. So what's stopping barbers from making stylist money? And do y'all even know how much a stylist makes? Like average. What's going on? What's going on? Anybody? We got eyes in here. We got eyes in here. So let me know what y'all think. Wait, also not willing to put more services on their menu. Man, so fatal. That's one reason. That is one healthy reason on why barbers are not making what stylists can make. Because when you look at what I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. JP, what's going on? JP, you need to call me. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this, right? Now look at this. Look at the gap comparison. Look at the gap comparison. I just want y'all to look at this for a second. Stylists are outpacing barbers in skill growth. Underline, like, that word skill is very, very important, because let's just say a barber, six clients a day, average of $40, compared to a stylist that has 1 to 2 high value clients in a day. That's $250 plus. If you look at that on an annual basis, the stylist earns $35,000 more with fewer heads, fewer clients. A barber makes around 62,400 a year. A stylist, if they average out 375 a day, they make 97,000. Stylist makes more with less time behind the chair. Hold on. I like when we get to this part. He said that picture is cap. Barbers should be doing at least 3 an hour at that rate. 3 what? 3 haircuts? So, okay, you ready? JP, here, look at the topic. It says stylists are outpacing barbers in skill growth. The thing is it's the skills that barbers are lacking in compared to a stylist. It's not cap. A barber doing 3 cuts in an hour is a skilled barber. But we have to ask ourselves, how many skilled barbers is there really when it comes to the average type of barber? So this is what I mean. I'm gonna go to one more slide, and then I'm gonna get my I got a stylist in here. Her name is Jess, and she's going to speak on her end on when it comes to probably the next slide. Here's the problem. You learn more, you earn more. And I have to be honest, most barber at average price, $40 per cut, do not drive or invest in additional education. Because if they did, look at the prices per cut. Do y'all understand where I'm coming from now? Barbers not investing in their skill growth is why we have an average price of $40 per cut, is why we don't see the $70, $75 per cut, is why where you see this like, oh, well, they're earning this, they're making this. Well, most of them do extra stuff. They got more, they take out the time to invest in different skills or even add on to some things. If you want to really be a master of a fade, then fade classes, shear cutting classes, color classes, grooming classes. What I have noticed is that stylists and cosmos invest way more into their skill level than barbers. Barbers will honestly invest more in the clippers than their skill. And it's a real fact. It's a real fact. So I'm gonna get, before I go too far, I'm gonna get Jess on, and I want to hear her thought process on this and why does she think that having that education after we're all licensed. We all got our license, but for some reason, stylists and cosmos, they go to the next step. They try to learn more and more and more. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Jess on, and let's see what she has to say. Hello, hello, hello. Let me get.
Hi.
How you doing? Let me go ahead and get out of this flow. So yeah. So what's going on with you? How is this topic for you? What's your thought process?
I mean, I when I heard what the topic was, I was really interested because I love education. I'm always looking for classes. I mean, a lot has shifted to online recently, but I mean, I love in-person education. So just the always growing in different ways because you never know what you don't know
Right,
until
right.
you go to a class. Even
Gotcha.
I
So what makes you want to go to these classes? Like what makes you want to learn more? Like why not just have your license and just call it a day?
so I when I was coming out of school, the idea of specializing wasn't, at least for my teach with what my teachers were telling us, was specializing was the worst thing you could do if you wanted to build your book. You want to grow, you want to make money, you better be ready to take anybody that walks in the door. There was no,
Mhm,
like, we'd sit around going, oh, I don't want to do perms no more once I get my license. And she would tell us, if you perm walks through the door and you want to make, you can charge $80 to $100 plus for a perm, you're gonna do it when you need to make money.
mhm,
And when I got out on doing hair and doing it for real, I was terrified because
mhm.
I didn't feel prepared to take anybody that walked in the door.
Right.
So that sparked it for me initially, but I feel like I need to continue to do it because even if it's a class on something that I feel like I'm pretty strong on, the when I'm in a slump and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. This job is taking too much from me. I don't want to do it. I go to a class and I'm like, I'm inspired. I'm ready to hit the ground running again, and I'm just like ready to tackle it. Like that. Getting together with other people in the industry, even that alone is,
Mhm.
it just, like, I don't know. It sparks inspiration.
Yeah, no, and honestly, that is so that's so true. And just knowing that when you do these classes, when you invest in them, not only being the only one that's doing it, seeing like-minded people. Let me tell you about that too, because this is one part that people don't know about when you invest in continuing education. When you go to these classes, surprisingly, like network happens, like the networking amongst others, it happens. You can learn, you can build from each other. Like, okay, for example, Jess, I think this is like my third go around with those that invested in my education. So when I had a class up at my shop, that lingered all the way down to going to the first location. Now that lingered all the way going down to the next location. So it's just been a domino effect because of the continuing education that you know honestly stylists and cosmos wanted to have. Now, when I had a strictly just barber class, wasn't that many. When I had a barber and Cosmo, it was more stylists than the barbers because what I've noticed is that barbers feel like they're okay, they good, they got it, so they don't need to learn nothing else. Oh, I don't do all of that. I don't do all of that coloring. I don't do all that shear work. I just cut hair. That's all I do, and they stay there. But basically, what you're saying is that if you want to make money, if you want to be great at your craft, if you do not want to be the person they say, "Oh, well, sorry, I can't provide that. Maybe you can go over here, over there." That now you losing out on money. So why not be skilled? Why not learn with additional education on the things that is in our industry? To me, I don't know why I feel like barbers they put themselves in a box where stylists and cosmos like you guys want to grow and even expand even more than just styling. Like y'all took a fading class, you know?
Yeah, and I think I told your wife too at the class, like, if someone asked me usually what my least favorite service is, I normally would say men's cuts because I don't feel that strong in them.
Mhm.
And I after your class, I messaged all my family, and I was like, "Who needs a haircut? Because I want to get really good at this."
Right,
Now
right, right.
I felt like it opened a different avenue that I really hadn't put too much thought into,
Mhm.
and I mean that alone's been super fun trying to expand on that.
Yeah, honestly, I respect it. I respect those that invest in the craft because the craft in itself is so it's not boxed in. It keeps growing. It keeps elevating. Like there's new things that keep coming out. So I, as a barber on the barbering side, I want to help my barbers understand that additional education helps with what goes into your pocket. Like just seeing this right here, me doing some research, the average price for a cut is $40. Average. Now there's some people that's going to say, "Oh, we $50 over here, we're $60 over here." And that's perfectly fine. But there's somewhere that's average $25, $20 a cut still. So that being said, it's like if we get additional education, we become a master to a lot of things. So this is what I think barbers should do about this is that continuous education is is automatic. Learning, having new services, even trends. I know that might sound crazy. I ain't saying everybody should hop on every trend. I'm not saying that because that might not be, the way that you should impact people. But just new services, understand multiple high ticket services like color. And the thing, for us, now there's a few barbers that probably know a few people that do SMP. Not everybody does SMP. Do you know what that is? SMP? The scalp micropigmentation with these small dot tattoos that look like they have a hairline when they are
Okay.
balding. So there are some barbers doing that. Not all, but there are some classes out there. Also hair units. There are some men getting hair units. And then you have the VIP grooming. The VIP grooming is something that I feel like barbers don't do and master barbers only do, it seems like. Because VIP grooming means that you have learned the skill and you took out additional education and all this stuff so you can have that high ticket price. So if we do that, we can raise prices without losing clients. If anything, we can be adding on to the different type of clients with these new services. So that was just something that I wanted to talk about real quick when it came to uh like the difference between barbers and stylists and cosmos is that how we address it. Barbers address it as if like it seems like I could be wrong, but most of them seems like I'm good where I'm at, and that's all I need to do. When it looks like a stylist and cosmos, it's like, hey, I'm weak in this area, so I want to learn that even more. Or oh, that's cool. What is that? I've been to expos and I seen more expo like more stylists and cosmos going to different other places, other different type of services than barbers. Barbers just stay on that one side of all the cool barber stuff. But there's other stuff in the hair industry, well, the beauty industry, where people are learning a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of where as barbers we can elevate. Now let me ask you this: how many barbers have you seen or know of, heard of, that say, hey, I'm going to continue to elevate and educate my skill level? Just honest.
Um, I honestly don't really know a whole lot of barbers.
Okay.
Um, I know stylists who cut men's hair. I know a whole lot of people personally that went through a barbering focused program.
Hmm.
Um, and I kind of think that might be why maybe you're seeing a lot of stylists in your classes because it's not something that's taken a whole lot of time when we do get our license.
Hmm.
It's kind of, at least for me, I felt like it was very like, yeah, guys are going to tell you what they want. They're going to tell you, 2 on the side and trim the top, and that's it. Like there wasn't a whole lot going into that. So yeah, I mean that's I don't actually have an answer for that.
Okay. No worries, no worries. I was just curious because like I said, on my side, I see a little bit of everything of like how interactive barbers are when it comes to elevating, So I appreciate you just for hopping on real quick because I wanted them to hear it from a stylist view, to be honest. And the fact that you can love to continue educating yourself and learning, like new skills is to me is like somebody that is going to survive in the industry. So
Yeah, I
I
mean, and
appreciate
everything
you.
it changes so much. I do feel like
Mhm.
you can. I focused a lot on color classes on myself in the first couple years of doing hair, and I feel like you can never take the same type of class too many times because everybody you meet there is going to have a different thing. Like one of the first classes I went to, the educator did this little like towel bun trick. I've done it on everybody ever since. People love it. Like even just a little thing here that you can pick up about like client experience or a different way to communicate with somebody. You're going to take something home, whether it's about the class itself or just talking to people. It's going
Yeah,
to be valuable.
yeah. And I heard that my wife gave you a few gems at the end.
Yeah,
Like there was like an add on to that. I thought that was kind of dope.
yeah. I'm definitely gonna. I want to reach out to her. I want to talk to her more about social media. It was very very eye opening.
Yeah, she's the one. So she said you could reach out to her. So all right, but I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with this, but I appreciate
Okay,
you taking out that time. Let's see what my barber's got to say about this topic. All right, you
sounds
take it
good.
easy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, y'all. So yeah, so this is what we need to do about this. Like honestly, this is what we need to do. Now, Neil, what's going on with you? Now, JP had said barbers need to understand, realize, and be truthful about what their strength is in their skill set. Anyone who says they're good at everything is is big capping because they don't. We have one particular skill that we do better than anything else, and we need to capitalize on that instead of doing half jobs on other things. Okay, JP, I understand what you're saying. However, JP, I'm gonna have to disagree, and here's why I say that. Um, we need to be truthful and realize that about the strength in our skill set. That's true. We have to realize what our strengths are. We also have to realize what our weaknesses are. I honestly feel like in the industry, what I'm trying to say is don't put yourself in a box. There are some barbers out there that are probably great at coloring, but they never took out the time to learn it. So some of them don't even understand what their real true value or skill set is, or even their gift is, because they didn't even try to invest in anything else other than just fading. Fading could have just been something that got them in the door, to be honest. But they could be great at shear work, but they don't even know because they never invested in it. It's the same thing like when it comes to when people say, "Hey, when you go to college, uh, go for this." Bro, I went to college for being an accountant. I'm great with numbers. I turned around and became a barber. So you got to try things to figure out what you're great at. But I feel like what I'm trying to say is that some barbers they don't they don't try, and that's the hard part that we have. That's the hard truth that we have to really wrap around because if we understood that it's okay to try different things, try S&P, try hair units, try grooming services. There are some people that literally specializes just in like beard grooming. You get what I'm saying? But did they start out with beards? They only did beards and never did a fade? No. You know what I mean? So you got to keep trying things to see where you really land. Um, and also, you trying things actually can help you get more money. How can we as barbers who spend most of our time on the shop, dedicated the time to learn more skills without losing clients and money? You know what? A coach, that is a beautiful question. That's a beautiful question. You're not going to lose money if you invest in yourself. That's number one. Anytime that you invest in yourself, you are not losing money. If you're going there, you're going in, with that class within the right mind of being real focused on saying, you know what, I'm going to invest in this, and I'm really going to go in and really learn this new skill, because this new skill is going to add value. You're not losing anything. You're not going to lose no clients. If you're basically telling me is that you got 24 hours within a day, you got 7 days, and you got a class you can take that's for 2 days, and let's say 3 days, or a class that's even online, you can't find out the time to invest to learn that, then to me, honestly, then you like staying just a barber that just cuts hair, and that's your end game. You stay in the shop. You honestly, there's so much education that is beyond color, S&P, VIP grooming. It could be financial education. It could be tax education. It could be so much other stuff that I feel like barbers really need to elevate in. Elevate in. You can do it. You can do it. We can do it. There's no such thing as when I spend money on investing within myself to learn a new skill and then say at the same time lose out on clients. It If anything, you're trying to elevate and you're trying to enhance an area so you can give more, so you can have more service to those. um 2-day class. What type of class is that? I'm just saying there's some there is some education out there. There's multiple types of education out there where there's 2-day classes, 3-day classes, there's online classes, there's online academies. You got iCut Pro, you got the six-figure barber mentorship with Bazio and them. There's classes out there. You got Fourth Ken, he has uh school barbering is, I don't want to mess that up. I don't want to mess that up at all. School of Barbering with the Fourth Ken. So there is so much. There is much stuff out there, but honestly, we do not. I'm noticing just in my own experience, barbers really just invest in knees. We invest in these all day, but when it comes to classes, we we we, we're hesitant. Okay, let me see what else we got here. Clients also love hearing about classes. It's a great conversation starter. They know you love your craft. Yes, that is so true. So true. There are plenty of educators that teach different things like business technique and other areas. You need to look for them. Right. And that's the thing. I feel like this. It's like as a barber, you have to understand that this is way bigger than just cutting hair. Just it's way bigger than just fading. It's way bigger than just fading. Now, I have to be honest with you. When I became a barber, I had a big passion of just wanting to help people and cut hair and make people look good. But I didn't understand the other things in the industry until I went to an expo. And it so happens that the first expo I went to was a CT Barber Expo. Like I was like, oh snap, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. You know what I mean? So that being said, like I didn't know that there are people like product review people. I didn't know. So yeah. Um Most of the courses I've seen, they want you to go to 4 to 5 days a week, like 4 hours a day. I can't work like that. Oh no, there's definitely other courses. There's other courses that's different from that. You can, man, here's one. There's Cosmoprof, There is Salon Centric. Go on their website, look up the type of classes that they have. They be having classes on, I think, Mondays and Sundays, and it's only for a few hours, and they teach certain things. So there's always something. There's always something. Stop being cheap and spend your money on yourself. Facts. If you don't care about yourself or your business, or you if you don't care about yourself or your business, continue doing what you're doing. Just stating the facts. Like man wigs, yeah, man wigs is like hair units. I call them hair units. So man wigs is another one. Like, but here's the thing: there's only there's like 10 people I know that do just man units. There's like 10. There's like okay, there's probably like 50 people I know that do like SMP. How many barbers do color and like really do it? Not just bleach. I mean like color. We see barbers that do stuff like that, and we be like, "Oh man, they just they just do that for the gram." You know, that's a skill. Like, what are we talking about? Some people don't even know ratios, two color. So I'm just saying, it's something I feel like as barbers we need to do. And I wanted to show y'all numbers because look at this. With additional education, this is the average per cut. So yeah, we can stay at the $40 per cut, but $70 to $75 per cut, that's not bad. Now, there's certain areas where the average price is a little bit more. Let's say it's about 50 to 60. So do what these numbers are doing in your area with additional prices. I mean, with additional education. So here's something I want to show y'all. The upgraded barber menu. Now, this is not only about like me talking about the money of it, right? I just want y'all to see it because I know some people are visuals. So learning a new skill adds value to everyone. It adds value to you. It adds value to your client. So this is what it can look like for barbers that really care about additional things or elevating, getting a new skill, just all of that. Like, look at this premium haircut, $70 to $75. Haircut with beard sculpting. The word beard sculpting in itself, man, it's like, come on. You know what I mean? $90 to $100. Hair color for men itself, $80 to $150. The VIP grooming I was telling you about, I know a few people that do it. They're minimum of $150. Minimum to $250 and up, but minimum $150. The hair plate, the hair replacement units is $600 and up. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. SMP, if that's something that you don't mind doing, I think it's around $3,000. I think people go about 3 to 4 visits. I could be wrong on that, but it's real. It's real. This is additional type of skills that you can have. I don't even have the shears type of cuts. The shear cuts when we doing all those crazy designs. I don't do all of that stuff. I'm just saying, I don't mind learning it. If y'all really are fans of me, I've been saying that I want to get into a shear class, and I will. And also, I learned a little bit of color. I'm trying to get more and more better with some things, but I got a VIP grooming. Um, I have additional services that I do. I got one called the waiver treatment. That's something I created myself. Um, but yeah, you got to do this stuff. I got a deep clean shampoo. It's called a divine wash. Like what I'm basically trying to say is that we have to take out the time to learn. And I feel like as barbers, we got to get out of that box of saying that we're good. I don't need to do all of that. It's not about that you need to do all of that. Yeah, you can make your money. You can you can cut real fast. You can learn that skill of cutting very fast, and that's about it. But you telling me that I can get uh a hair replacement unit and average out to $600. So you saying if I focus in on that and I have one client a day, shoot, 3 clients a week. Some some people will be okay with 3 clients a week, but if you have one client a day, or if you mixed it up a little bit with doing some S&P, you got S&P this day, a hair replacement the next day, you got 2 VIP groomings. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? As barbers, it seems like we just at a place of comfort. It seems like stylists and cosmos, they're hungrier to learn more skills, getting new, more and more education. Why don't we do such things, y'all? So when we get our license, it's like a learner's permit, meaning like you have a permit to learn even more and more and more. And I hope that y'all understand that's where I'm coming from. I mean, investing in 1 to 2 classes per quarter is beneficial to you and your client. If y'all want to if you want to say, the academy, that makes sense. I understand it because the academy being online, that's not a problem. But you got to do you got to invest in something that can elevate you as a barber, as a stylist. This is something that is going to help you and your clients and your new clients that you didn't even get yet. See, I'm definitely calling you tomorrow. We got to talk about this. Okay. Uh, I would love to learn more about shear work and also learn how to color hair, but I find that in my area is a little difficult to find the right classes. Yeah, so Daniel, if I was you, look up where Salon Centric, a Cosmo, even a Sally Beauty, there are some place always having classes. Even also look online. What's the Josh O.P.? He has a shear cutting class online. Like all of this stuff, man, is there. Do you feel like you saw the demand in your clientele for elevated first, or the right clients came in when you learned those new skills? That's a great question, Jess. I will be honest. I honestly felt like once I literally learned the skill, and this is what I would do. I will learn the skill, and for like a whole week, that whatever that service is, I'll send out an email to my clients saying that, hey, new service, new set, whatever like that. That it'll be free that week. I said it's on me, something like that. If you book between these days, this comes with it. And once I felt like I got it, it'll probably take me a week to really, really get it. And then after that, I added in. It's not even something that they can book. It's just I'm me letting them know through the email first. And I talk to them once they come in and say, you got time for this? Boom. And then once I feel like I'm at a place where it's great, then I add it into my services. So once I do that, then I feel like honestly I get all the right people, the right clients came in after I learned those new skills. Me personally. Coming up with unique services not being offered by the competitor is ideal. Yeah. Yeah. Like there's 2 things I do that nobody never heard of before. The question that needs to be asked is, if you do these added services, how much time is being used to do these services? That's a great question. Now, that all depends on you. And you also have to structure it that it benefits the both of you, right? So if I do a VIP grooming, my VIP grooming, let's say it starts off at 150. 150, how much time am I utilizing, for 150? You have to think about that. Am I taking up an hour and a half? Because if I'm taking up an hour and a half, then I'm probably cutting it close to that same price. If I'm averaging $50 a cut, 3 clients, an hour and a half. So you will have to do that, right? But the thing is this, if I'm doing some services, you have to do that for. Now, if you are doing um, a hair unit, $600. It takes you, let's say, 3 to 4 hours, right? In a sense, let's just say 3 to 4 hours. That's one client, $600. The next day, you got the same thing, $600. Takes 3 to 4 hours, and then you have two VIP groomers. No, let's keep it like this. You get a haircut, that's $70. Then you get the VIP grooming, that's 150, right? So 150 plus seven, that's 220, 220 plus the six. You're getting 820 within a day. How many haircuts you need to do to make 820 if your average price is between 40 and $60? And that's only three clients. It's more about learning the skill. We can do the number game all day, but it's really, really about learning the skill. Us with the continued education. That's the most important part. Do you think a shop owner should invest in classes for his barbers, or should us as barbers invest in classes ourselves? Daniel, honestly, I think both. I think there should be a little bit of both. I think that when it comes to the shop owner, I think the classes that you probably need to have, and this is something that we did. I think that you should have uh an like insurance person come talk about insurance, do that type of class, talk about finances, maybe even have an accountant. You can talk about uh, extra services and stuff like that. I think that a shop owner should invest in classes. But I also, as a shop owner, would love to see how my barbers are investing in their craft. Very much so. So if I see you investing in classes and I'm like, oh, this and this is coming up. Hey, let's do this and let's do that. Very, very, very much so. I got to see how it works. Now, if you a barber and you over here sitting on your phone all day and you just scrolling, and I don't see you taking nothing into consideration, or you don't have no effort, should I have you take a class? And if what class should I have you take? Because I mean, it's all about investing, right? I know a barber that took his whole barbershop with him to an expo. He paid for it. You want to see what happens with your investments, right? So that being said, I think it's a 50-50. I don't think it should just be the shop solely. Mm-mm. I would love to see those that's trying to go after it because they want to go after it, not because of the shop owner said so. Um, the barber school that I'm going to teach how to do women's makeup and hairstyle and nail and all. That's what's up, Des. Honestly, I think that's something that a lot of people sleep on when it comes to like skill. Why not know how to do it at least? Why not? Like you could be a one man band, one like not a one man band, but you could be that shop where that's all they do. That's all they need to go to. Customer services, experience classes. Yeah, very much so. That's a healthy one too. Because not everybody is great. Not everybody is great with customers. Like I used to know somebody that was like, well, I'm so glad they ain't say this today because I was on one today or I would have been ready. I'm like, wait a minute. This is a profession. What do you mean you would have been ready? What would you say to a shop owner who limits himself to invest in classes and in his barbers because of the negativity of the some of the barbers bring? Lateness, always drinking, irresponsible. Well, that right there, Daniel, I will honestly say that either you, oh man, all right. So hear me out. You might like what I'm gonna say, you might not. But in this position, it seems like if you know better, then do better, right? What I mean by like that is this: there's two things I feel like you can take. You can speak to the barber, I mean to the owner. Let them know your ideas. Let them even know how you would invest and see how they respond to that. Now, if you have done that already and they're always just they're not trying to go nowhere to the next level, but you are, then I'm thinking of, well, okay, how can I elevate with those that want to elevate? That's my two angles. Because I'm a person that said, like, I'm not going to drown because people don't mind drowning. If you feel like you can help the owner, then help the owner. You can help with ideas, help with this, like help with, investing in this, looking for things, you know what I mean? Then great. That says a lot about who you are. That says a lot about your character. And now if you do that and they still don't want to move, then continue to learn, continue to get your skill up because it's very, very important. It's very important. Because at the end of the day, what happens when they want to close shop and then you just there, then what? Or you have to move and then what? Let's say you go somewhere else and like they on some top tier skill level stuff and you was not prepared to even be in that environment. So for a barber owner to pay for. Yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah, customer service experience classes is definitely not a problem for like a shop owner. I think that was my last slide too. But I honestly think that that is something as barbers I'm noticing we invest more in these all day. All day. We want to know more about our tools. Nothing wrong with that, y'all. Listen, just hear me out. We want to know more about this than how we can elevate our skills. And it's just something that I've noticed. It's, and I wanted to talk about it because I really want, especially the young barbers, I want y'all to be aware. Once y'all get your barber's license, please continue to do education. Please learn. Please, please. Don't get so uh like just set in a certain way that when it comes to education, you got to second guess it. Please learn, continue to educate. If you haven't learned color, learn color. If you are really intrigued about shears and cutting with scissors very, very well, then do that. Learn it. If you think you got a steady hand, you want to do some SMP, invest in it. Or for 6 months, don't buy another clipper or trimmer. Don't buy nothing. Put that money away that you was going to put towards a clipper and trimmer and save up for that class. Same thing for the man unit. I'm not going to say it's not hard. It's worth it though. It takes discipline. But I think as barbers, I would love for us to continue to elevate. Now there's some I see, but when it comes to the average, it just seems like all we want to do is just be great at fading, and that's it. And as you trying to be great at fading, nothing wrong with that. There's somebody that's trying to be great at fading, but also they add in some other things. They didn't learn how to do the texture cuts the right way. They didn't learn how to manipulate stuff over here and over there. And it's so much, there's so much to it. There's so much to it. I done seen people go crazy about a facial steamer. Now here's the thing. The facial steamer that y'all want to get, that it is a little bit of money y'all want to get. You're seeing in these videos, y'all don't even know how to use it. Like we ain't even learning how to use it. You'll buy it and be like, "Yo, how do I use it?" Like you seeing people just yeah. So or we just always trying to learn on the fly, and that's not always smart either. it happens in salons too, and it sucks. But when you take your education and skill set in your own hands, clients will notice, and it only helps you in the long run. Right? It does. Imagine having a barber in your shop who wants to learn more than an owner does too. Jonathan, you know what? But how can I say this? There's nothing wrong with that. And this is what I mean. There's always going to there's always going to be somebody that has some experience or some years on you. That's the owner that is probably on the downhill of things while you're on the uphill. So it's not a surprise that sometimes some owners, not all, but some, they just want to chill. They just want to, help y'all collect y'all money. They probably feel like they're doing, the best that they can do or all that they can do and call it a day. You're the barber. You're the one that has to continue to keep growing. You're the one that has to keep doing this and doing that. And some of them have that mindset. Some of them are boss mindset more than leading like leadership mindset. But if you notice that, if you're aware of the type of owner that is, then what does that say honestly about you? Are you just not going to do nothing because they're not doing nothing, or are you going to continue to elevate? I'm trying to do that, but the owner just overthinks so much and is worried about how none of us barbers are on the same page. I feel like it limits the level I want to be in as well as the owner wants. Yeah, I mean, that's something that I feel like the owner has to figure out how to uh know how to grow with some, but some might not grow with you. I feel like that's something that the owner has to experience. Yeah, man, where's the next fading class in social in SoCal? I really think that you're saying Southern California, but I'm not sure. Or let me know, Jonathan. Oh, yeah, Southern California. I'm not sure, but we could probably invest. I mean, we could probably do some research. Some barbers rather buy. Oh, dang. Some people rather buy the ooey gooey than buy a plane ticket for a class. Hey, some people would. Let me see. What kind of class you talking about in Southern California? Yeah, see, I'm on Cosmoprof right now, and they always got a class going on. What's the zip code? Let me see. Give me a zip code and let me see if there's one. He said that is true. I know it is. Fading, fading with sheer work. Oh, Nick, come on, Nick. The salon back bar has an expo on the 24th. Education schedule is already posted. I will be going. And SoCal. Boom, there you go. There's an expo and it has an education. So the salon back bar has an expo on the 24th, I believe in August. So there's always education, y'all. There's always ways that you can invest in yourself. Always enhance your skill level. And as barbers, like me seeing what I've seen within the past like 2 weeks, stylists and cosmos, they ready for education. Barbers, we want to be ready for now. And it's funny that Concise the Barber, the person that does product reviews, is talking about how we only just want to talk about products, but as y'all see, I'm not just about that. I care more about than just products, and I want y'all to understand that I want everybody to elevate. I do have a video coming out with these. I do. If anything, I'll just instead of just buying it, just watch the video and leave some comments. Algorithm, okay? Algorithm. But education is very, very important. Look, $35. So no excuses. What do I need to bring? My own tools? Honestly, I mean, especially for a class, I probably would anyway, even if you don't. Have you ever thought about extending beyond barber product reviews, maybe how to's or techniques? I do have some how to's. Um, I do have some how to's. Like if you're talking about like hair cutting techniques and stuff like that, I do have some how to's on my page. Some barbers want opportunities to fall in their laps rather than go out there and sacrifice. Yeah, and honestly, it's not even a sacrifice. It's really not. It's how many of us that's how learning works. You go somewhere, you focus on that thing, and you learn. Even if it's something online, you go on your study hall, your corner, you tell the fam that I don't have the time at this moment. I have to focus on this so I can learn so we can get to the next place. We do that with everything. Those that really want to learn the skill, you do that anyway. You could do that. You do that in your house. Which blade is better on the boosted up? Echo. Echo. But yeah, that was the main thing I wanted to talk about tonight. There are some other things we can talk about before I'm not, you know what? I'm not even gonna put that up. I'm not even gonna put that up. But if y'all want to connect with me more, stay in the know, reach out to me. Uh let's talk about how we can help each other. Like for real, for real. So Barber Josh OP has a good education also. Yeah, that's what I said. He has a class. He has an online class. But I just, like I said, I want us as barbers. I don't want to feel like we always the last ones to get the stuff and figure stuff out. You know what I mean? And doing stuff. Um, I thought about doing a class next month, to be honest. I thought about doing a class next month. But how can I say this? Does it I'm trying to figure out, does it benefit me to do it at my shop or at their shop? Just around the community. I used to work with a barber that uses their child as an excuse for not growing and investing. Hey, hey, you know, shoot. Some people don't even. Some people got worse excuses than that. To be honest. He said, I got some tool questions, but I will ask when you're ready, Concise. I'm ready, Fado. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I know, like I said, I gave that a healthy, good, about 55 minutes. So we can, she got some tool questions. I'll stay on for another 10 to 15. I got waved down over here. I got weighed down. We could talk about some tools. I'm not never going to not talk about tools. I mean, but I just want to let y'all know there's other things that's on my heart other than just tools. But what you want to know, I will say that this is coming out very soon. Very soon. You know what? I'm so glad you asked that. I'm so glad you asked that. It's been 6 months since Babyliss T45 set released. What's your thoughts on them right now with everything that's come out? Man, fatal. Let me tell you something. And I stand 10 toes down on this. They're one of the best combos out right now. They're one of the best. The clippers being compact, everything that it has to offer, what it can do. It's one of the best. The trimmer with that blade, the design, the ergonomics is one of the best. I don't care what nobody says. When it comes to a combo set, they're one of the best combos out there right now. Clipper alone, it is competitive, but it's still a good darn clipper. Trimmer alone, it's up there. It's in the top 5 easy. Top 3 easy. Well, I ain't gonna say top 3 easy, but it's in the top 3. For me, it's easy, but I can't say that for everybody. So 6 months, that's how I feel. Have no problems with them at all. You said facts, super ergonomic. So if you want to learn something, excuses to do it. Uncut Pro, 2-day exchange cost some money. I put it together and took my butt to NYC. Gotta go where you want to get. True. You're doing such an amazing job, love. Appreciate it, boo. Appreciate it. Nick said, wow. Would you say the T45 trimmer is more of a hitter than an all around? That's a great question. Hold on. Let me finish. I started to feel that way about them. And my GTX2 is my all around. That's a good way to put it. Now, I think I know why you said that it's probably more of a hitter than an all around based on how they hit. Like they do everything great, but when it comes to lining up, that's their best thing that they do because that's what you're going to probably use it for the most. Now, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to use that trimmer and use it for balding out a lot. And they're going to be like, well, I think it balls out great. And it probably does. And it probably, I mean, I'm saying it probably does, but it does. But how it lines up though, it definitely can be a hitter. That like if you want to switch that out to any other hitter, you'll be okay. It's one of those trimmers that I really feel like a lot of people slept on because of I'm mad I'm about to say this because of fake news. Because of fake news. That trimmer is a problem. I remember when I spoke to somebody within the company. I said, the trimmers, yeah, yeah. But now I want to try the T45 clipper. What are your thoughts on the T? Oh, I just said that I'm glad they went the rotary mount route with the battery that they have in that. You can't be mad at that. It's a good clipper. The T45 combo ain't better than the Babeless compact combo, in my opinion. Okay, I respect that. I respect your opinion. To me, I mean, for me, there's not much comparison. I mean, I can break that down why, but I respect your opinion though. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. Nah, he done keep playing. She's gonna make an appearance. I would say the T45 blade is Babel's best blade. It's so above the compact duo. No, I didn't expect you to say that, Concise. You didn't expect me to say what? The T45 trim blade ain't better than a chameleon blade. All right, see. All right, here. I'm gonna say this. No one similar norm. No one similar to norm. What are you comparing? When you say and what? The T45 trimmer blade ain't better than the chameleon blade in what? Lining up, balding out, designs, trimmer over comb, uh, grooming, underneath the neck, irritation. What are you, getting hot? What are you comparing it to? Because that's me. I look at all of that. I look at all of that, and I have the chameleon blade. So I'm just curious. I keep forgetting that I gotta look this way so the camera can stay nice and bright. If that's what you think, I'm wondering what you think of these. I'm not sure if you had used these yet, but I'm curious your thoughts on these when you get them, if you get them. You said the trimmer blade ain't better than a chameleon blade on anything, on everything, balding lines, designs. See, well, in my experience, that's where I feel like the T45 blade is way better in, because the chameleon blade was their thinnest blade uh ever since until the T45. I think they're kind of very comparable. But since that's their thinnest blade, and I'm not sure how many hair textures you use that on, um, it 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 kind of dragged. It kind of went into pores. When it comes to designs, it's okay. When it comes to designs, it's good at the tap line, but when you need to make the design, when you need to drag it, it's not good at that. The chameleon blade, it's not good at that. You'll have to keep going over and over and over. Neckline, I'm never using that. The chameleon blade, I'm never using under the neck. Mm-mm. I've done it too many times. Like, I ain't gonna say too many times, but I've done it. I can't. With the T45, you could. But that, like I said, that's my experience. I'm not going against, what you're saying, but you're speaking on your experience. I'm speaking on mine. The T45 trimmer blade is way smoother. It's sharper. It cuts cleaner. The chameleon blade is a thin blade that does nice sharp lineups. It's kind of like, I would say that it's kind of up there with the high vis when it comes to lineups, because the high vis can't do nothing else but as good. It can't do nothing else as good. But that's just my thoughts. You said the new anus trimmer look like they've been under the Krispy Kreme. Yo, you funny, man. You funny. The T45 is quieter, smoother, and can do all the chameleon blade can do. Yeah, I agree. It has better ergonomics by far. Um, well, I'm sorry, I'm talking about the trimmer itself, but the blade is nice. All right, Concise, are you on tomorrow? Nah, I'm not on tomorrow. I might just randomly come up and do a live, but I'm not on. You haven't used a chameleon blade on a compact trimmer, Concise? Um, nah, I haven't, but I used it on other trimmers. So I kind of got out of the Babyliss brand, and I put it on other things just to see how well it will work with different motors, and I get the same results. I'm just being real, like how thin that blade was. Um, it's great at lining up. I will give it that, but it doesn't do everything to me like how the T45 does. That first response to it didn't have that. Are you ready for some football this month? Yeah, we'll see what happens. Shout out to the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? And it's Enforce trimmer blade. The black one is the best overall trimmer blade in the game I have used. The Annis Enforce trimmer blade. The black one. What do you mean by that, Fatal? I mean, it only came out with the black. Are you talking about the black label? Let me know which one you're talking about. Try the chameleon on the Babyliss compact, then holler at me. What's the RPMs on the compact? Because if it's the same RPMs, then I tried it. I tried it already. It's not gonna make much of a difference. It's just actually I like the graphite 2.0 on my compact. That blade hit. I don't have no problems with it. That's why I never switch it out. I wonder if the gold Enforce blade is any different. That's my video idea to you, Concise. There's a gold Enforce. Yeah, there is. Okay. I'll try it. But I tried it on a lot. I tried it on a lot, but I'll try it. But I don't think it's gonna change my mind. I don't think it's gonna change my mind. I'll be honest with you about the T45. You said the Murano blade trimmer is dope too. Why you got the faces like that? Like you mad, like you scared to admit that it's dope. If it's dope, then it's dope. You know, I believe you if you say it is. Yeah, there's a lot of good blades coming out, it seems like. That's good. That's good for us, you know what I mean? So who was live? Who was live? Who came on my live when I was doing these, when I was cutting with these live on IG? I have a feeling the gold Enforce trimmer blade might be more than a hitter than the black blade. I'll be real with you, Fatal. If the gold ones is more of a hitter than these, do we really want that? I feel like we're gonna get back into like the FX3 problems. That's just me. You said I was on your line. To you, when you seen me cut with these, what did you think? I forgot who else cutting, but it was some they had a lot of hair. What did you think? I was on your live when you cut the young bull with the short fade and used the Enforce trimmer. That joint was Dyson. Oh man. Yeah, these things is different. It's a soft hitter. So Fatal, when you say a soft hitter, because I remember you saying that, what do you mean? What do you mean soft? What do you mean by soft? I think I know what you mean, but what do you mean by a soft hitter? Um, hopefully, if I have the time, very, very, very soon. Early this week. Remember, I also had them since Monday, so got you. Okay, so that's what I thought you meant. Soft meaning no irritation, smooth on the skin, no biting. Bro, yeah. What barbershop you with, Fatal? But yeah, I have to agree with you. Well, let's be real. Have we ever had a problem with Andis coming out like with trimmers that have much irritation, that cause any irritation? I honestly can't say that I have ever dealt with much of Andis products that causes irritation. Would y'all agree to that? Like even like clippers, trimmers, like have you ever had a problem with irritation when it comes to Andis? To me, I have an expectation. Some people might not, but I have an expectation for the stuff to be smooth. I don't like when stuff is uh it could be sharp, but it still kind of drags or has like that rigid feel. Yeah. But Andis, I never really had that problem. I'm thinking that the Golden Enforce blade going to be the hitter. I might get get one this week to try. Yeah, it could be. Now, I don't. So Fatal here. I don't want. I like my high visits. My high visits are my hitters, and that's all they do. Right. I don't think I want another trimmer to be just that because it's like I know this might sound crazy, but it's like as long as I have one I know does that and that's all it do, I'll probably continue just keep getting that exact one. Yeah, do that. I have to go live on Instagram and demonstrate my tool line. Yeah, let me know when you do it. And I'll hop on the live. Um, but I don't want another hitter that's like that's all it can do. Now, if they come out with it being more of a hitter than what it already is and still smooth, Fatal, do you know what kind of blade we talking about if they can do that? Like, yeah, I do know there's only one trimmer ever to execute that. You do know if they come out with that, they have succeeded. They have succeeded in something. I think y'all know what that is, but I'm just waiting for somebody in the comments to say it. You liking them more than a phenom trimmer? We shall see. Like I said I got a top 5, top 4 trimmers, and we're gonna see how everything lines up. Yes, the Enforce blade is better than the Phenom trimmer blade, but that not saying the Phenom is bad. Andis can do it if they wanted to. They've done it before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that it would be a better version of the Gold FX3 blade. No, not to me. It's one blade. It's one blade that has succeeded in being slice and dice and smooth at the same time. There's only one blade. There's only one. I mean, yeah, there's only one blade setup that can do that. That has ever done that for me. Best trimmers for lining up. I mean, you can look at my my video, my top 4 trimmers. I think they're all great at lining up. But I think they're the Phenoms, the J-Raw Onyx, the High Vises, the Sabers, or the Cyborgs. There's something else I'm missing, I feel like. And the T45s. Nope. Not the Graphite 2.0. Which blade? Is that the GT? Exactly. For those that have ever experienced this, understand what I'm talking about. The corded GTX with that blade was the perfection of slice and dice and smooth at the same time. And what I mean by slice and dice, I really mean that you can go straight into balled out any kind of way that you want to. You want it's smooth butter. You can go all the way down to the neck, hit this all up like it's nothing. Krispy Kreme butter. You can go all the way down here. You can line all this up. You could do whatever with that trimmer blade and slice and dice and still smooth. I have no idea how, but I've seen it and experienced it. If the gold blade is more sharper than this and still can be smooth, then I would say that we have somewhat of the carbon copy blade of the old school. Does the M-Force cutting blade have that slight curvature on the end, like the classic Tiana? We shall see, sir. We shall see. We shall see. I don't want to say too much, but we shall see. I know exactly what you're talking about. I used to talk about that all the time. I have the corded black GTX skeleton with the deep. Yup. Same. I got a gray, a black, and I got the style liner too. Yeah. Poncho, what's going on? You came in late, bro. You missed the hot topic. All right, I got one more question. That's it, y'all. I gotta get going. Yeah. Well, the hot topic was how barbers need to learn more skills or more education in the industry. And I was comparing it to stylists and Cosmos and how they make actually more because they have more services, they learn more things. It seems like they take more classes and all of that jazz. So they continue to elevate. As barbers, I feel like we just stop and stay in the lane. Don't try to learn nothing. Don't try to enhance our skills. And I'm not saying that all barbers do that. I'm talking about just the average barber that has just been staying day in, day out in a chair, scrolling Instagram, TikTok, but they're not learning nothing about the craft. What videos you dropping this week? Hopefully this one. I have an interesting video coming up talking about compact clippers, and I might have another one, but 2 so far. Have you gotten the JRL Lambo combo yet? Not yet. Hopefully coming soon. So stay on the lookout. You'll see. I mean, it's definite that I have to talk about it. So, and I have my hands on the JRL Lambo combo, and their trimmer blade is as well. Different, and their clipper blade cut different, more precision due to the can follower change to it. Gotcha. Come on, bro. Look at them Jones side by side. You can't tell me the new ones don't look like they were cream hot light, the red light glaze. Nah, man. I ain't ever think of it that way. I feel like now I gotta add that in the video. I'm not, but that's funny though. That's funny. But if anybody knows me, I've been blessed to have the opportunity to do these reviews for y'all, and I think I'm getting the itch again to be letting some stuff go. Has nothing to do with how well they work or not. It's just I really don't like being a hoarder, and I can't use everything all the time. So I always have like a certain limit that I like max out at, and then yeah. So if y'all looking for something, y'all just reach out, DM me, let me know what it is, and I'll let you know if I can help you or not. I'm waiting for Andis to drop an all steel M-Force blade. That's interesting. That's interesting. But look, y'all, it's been real. I appreciate y'all, man. I had a great Keep It Concise podcast. If y'all didn't see the beginning, please go back and watch it, listen to it, and hopefully that y'all get something from it. Stay tuned for the new videos that I got coming this week. Make sure y'all are subscribed. And one of these days, I keep talking about that random giveaway. It is going to be random. So just stay locked in. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed. Take it easy.